Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video on the 3D Critic channel. I'm David, your host, and today here is my performance review on the highly anticipated Way of Wade 11s. Now, starting off as usual, when it came down to the trying experience, it was pretty straightforward. You had to loosen up the laces a little bit just to get your foot inside the shoe. But once you get your foot inside the shoe, it was pretty straightforward at the end of the day. And as far as fitting is concerned, I went true to size and it fits me perfectly. And it feels like an overall one-to-one fit inside the shoe. So because of that, I would go true to size. For narrow footers, I would probably go true to size as well. Maybe go down half a size because of the overall accommodating fit. And for wide footers, I would probably go up half a size as well, considering that I'm generally a narrow-footed person. So keep that in mind when it comes to sizing. However, when it comes to pricing, they go for a whopping $225, and they are very hard to come by. I was luckily able enough to get myself a pair of these from Way of Wade Sneaker Draw earlier on in the year. So keep that in mind. They are very hard to get, and be on the lookout for other colorways that are coming out, just like the Hall of Fame colorway that has recently come out. And if you guys are interested in anything Way of Wade, I will leave a link in the description box below, as well as a referral code where you can get $15 off of your order. And if you get 15, I get 15, so it is a win-win for me. So hit the link down below if you want to save on Way of Wade products. Now, as far as the traction goes, it is ridiculous to say the least because it is slightly different on each shoe. Firstly, overall, it is a full-length rubber outsole that is known by Way of Wade as a ground control unit. On one shoe, it has the regular Way of Wade logo, and the other one has a mural of Dwayne Wade's face on the other shoe. And when it comes to overall grip, it is elite in my opinion, and it was very grabby, and it had really insane bite on the court in general. For lateral movements in general, it was insanely quick going side to side, and I was able to get on one end of the court to the other very quickly in these. And as far as vertical movements, they are incredibly good. The hard stops I felt were very instant, and I was able to stop on a dime when I needed to. And the get-offs were insane also, so you're able to get up to speed and stop on a dime at the same time as well. So I didn't experience any sliding when I was playing these on a clean court, so it was phenomenal to say the least. And it goes into dusty courts as well. I did pick up a little bit of dust, and it was minimal to say the least, and it was very easy to wipe off, and I barely had to wipe. At the end of the day, it was very consistent when it comes down to overall grip on a clean court and a dusty court overall, in my opinion. And as far as durability is concerned, I haven't experienced anything at all. Barely see any signs of wear from this outsole, and the grooves are like very thin to say the least, and I didn't experience any wear and tear from my end. So it is phenomenal when it comes to durability. However, I would be mindful to take these outdoors because the rubber itself is very thin. There is not a lot of thick grooves in this outsole, but you should be good to go outdoors. But keep in mind, the grooves are very thin. But overall, the traction to me was one of the best in my opinion, and I really liked how grippy it was and very tacky it was on the court. Regardless of the court condition you are in, you're going to have phenomenal traction, whether it's clean, dusty, and even wet. From the marketing that Way of Wade has brought when it comes to this outsole itself. Now, when you get into the cushion, it gets even crazier in my opinion, because the cushioning that you're going to get is a full-length boom midsole with a carbon fiber shank plate, which is full-length sandwiched in between the midsole itself. And when it comes to the forefoot cushioning, they were extremely responsive on your foot, and it has incredible bounce too. It felt like I was jumping off of a pogo stick when I was playing in these, and they're also very lively under your foot, and they were very easy to get up off of the ground. So it was very light under your foot, and it was very easy to get up off the ground, and you're able to get a really good launch with the carbon fiber shank sandwiched inside that midsole to give you a really explosive launch under your foot. So if you're trying to get a rebound on the court, this is the shoe to get, in my opinion, and I really liked how lively it was under my foot. And as far as heel cushioning is concerned, they were very comfortable and soft without feeling too mushy. That way it doesn't really sink into the midsole overall, so you're going to have a really comfortable and soft experience, in my opinion. And the impact protection on top of that was very nice and forgiving under your foot too, so I didn't experience any aches in my back or on my knees in that case. So I really loved how soft it was without it feeling too mushy like other shoes that I have tried, like in the New Balance Fresh Foam BBV2s in that case. So I really liked how comfortable it was in the heel. And as far as fluidity goes, because of the overall comfortability and mushiness of the shoe, it is very fluid, and the overall shape of the shoe is very streamlined, and it easily propels you to get a really good heel to toe transition. And with the lively bouncy cushioning set that you get overall, it is very easy to get up off the ground and or go up and down the court, so you're able to get up to speed very quickly in these because of that, and it gives you the feeling of getting ready for a sprint at all times, so you're instantly going to get up to speed quickly in these, and I really enjoy that aspect of the shoe because of it. But overall, this is one of the best cushioning setups that you're going to get, in my opinion. You're going to get insane responsiveness, explosive bounce with very comfortable cushioning without feeling too mushy, and the overall fluidity is very nice and fluid and smooth. That way you go up and down the court without any issues at all. Now, once you get into the materials, this is where the price tag kind of comes in my opinion, because the overall material language, you're going to get this one-piece leather material that is in the forefoot, lateral, and medial side of the shoe. You're also going to get a bunch of EVA foam on the lateral side with the TPU plate that starts from the midfoot and extends to the back of the heel as well. For the tongue itself, it is a open-pored neoprene tongue with some pillared padding on the top. And overall, I really loved how extremely comfortable these were, in my opinion. The leather material, once you break it in, molds to your foot really nicely, and it feels like a glove, and it feels really nice and padded inside the shoe. And it has really good flexibility too, that way you won't experience any pinching in the forefoot. And because of the padding in the tongue, you won't experience any pinching as well from the lace line area. And you're also going to get some really nice padding from the pillared padding that you get on the top of the tongue. And in the heel, there is some decent padding with the like Achilles pillows in the back, which is pretty good too, in my opinion, but it is a little minimalistic when it comes to the overall padding in general. Now, as far as aesthetics go, I really love the overall design language of the shoe. It looks futuristic, in my opinion, and the overall design of the shoe, it looks like you are on a hovercraft with how wide the outsole is in general, and it feels like you're floating inside the shoe. I also love the detailing that you get from the TPU plate that highlights moments of Dwyane Wade's career and the overall messaging of Way of Wade themselves. And the overall design that you get from the outsole is really cool, with Dwyane Wade's face on one end of the shoe and the Way of Wade logo on the other, with a bunch of other details as well. And you're also going to get a bunch of messages that you're going to get from the EVA midsole itself that starts on the medial side and it wraps all around to the lateral side of the shoe, which is really cool overall, in my opinion, and is a very characteristic design, in my opinion, and it is very cool to say the least. So overall, the materials are very comfortable and very premium as well, and the overall aesthetics are crazy, in my opinion, the overall design, and it looks like something that Anti-Venom would wear. Comment down below if you agree to that, and if Anti-Venom was a baller, this would probably be what he would be wearing, in my opinion. So comment down below if you agree with that. But overall, one of the best materials that you can get, and very comfortable. Overall aesthetics are really cool too. Now, when you move into the lockdown, starting with the forefoot, you're going to get very solid containment overall because of the one-to-one fit that you're going to get. So whether you're doing lateral movements, you're not going to slide around in the forefoot, and for hard stops, you're not going to be sliding forward in the footbed in general. So it was very good containment in the forefoot. And when you move into the midfoot, the lacing system is reinforced into the material itself. That way it gives you really solid containment in the midfoot, and you won't experience any sliding in that case because of it. In the heel, there is some heel slippage, mainly due to the lack of padding that you get in the back of the shoe, and it does improve over time, but be mindful that you are going to experience some heel slippage initially, and it does slightly improve once you break in the materials in general. But overall, lockdown, it is phenomenal. Forefoot is very good because of the one-to-one fit. Lacing system is very good, and it ensures that you won't move in the midfoot. And in the heel, it does improve, but be mindful that you are going to experience some heel slippage in the beginning. And lastly, for the support, in my opinion, this is probably the best support package that you're going to get from a shoe, in my opinion. For lateral support, you are going to get this very robust protruding outrigger that extends into the midfoot a little bit to give you that really nice containment when you're doing lateral cuts. And the midsole is very arched, and it wraps up into the materials a little bit. That way it craters the forefoot really nicely, and you won't experience any instabilities when you're doing lateral cuts. So it is support on top of support on top of support in the forefoot, in my opinion, and it is phenomenal as you continue into the midfoot with the TPU plate that you're going to get, along with the EVA midsole wrapping up to the material a little bit more. So you're going to get really solid containment into the midfoot, and it just gets more robust into the heel with the TPU plate wrapping all around into the heel cup area. And you also get an internal TPU heel counter on top of that keeps the heel glued into place. That way you won't experience any instabilities in the heel and into the midfoot, as well as in the forefoot, with all of the support features that you're going to get. For torsional support, it's also the best in my opinion because of the carbon fiber shank that is full length sandwiched into the midsole itself. It gives the shoe a really sturdy and robust feel overall, and it gives it some flexibility. That way it doesn't feel too rigid, and it gives you phenomenal balance at all times. And for the base of the shoe, it is incredibly wide and flat, so you're going to have a solid platform to land on, with the base of the shoe being wider than the rest of the shoe itself. So it is one of the best support systems that you're going to get overall. Lateral support, it has the outrigger, the sloped midsole with very supportive materials, the TPU plate that extends from the midfoot into the heel and wraps around. The overall torsion support with the carbon fiber is phenomenal, and the overall base is very nice and wide to give you one of the best support packages that you can get in a shoe, and it is not even close. So to sum it up for you guys, in my opinion, this is a very worthy successor to the Way of Wade 10s overall. The traction is phenomenal regardless of the core condition that you're in. The cushioning, the whole system that you get with the boom midsole and the carbon fiber shank feels like it is very effortless under your foot, and you're able to do anything, get rebounds, or get blocks, or anything in that nature. Materials are very premium, very comfortable, and it gives you really solid lockdown too. And the overall support features that you get are dominantly robust compared to the Way of Wade 10s in my opinion. So it is a really good shoe all around. By far one of the best shoes that I've tried. 808 3 Ultra V2s is a close second in my opinion, and there are a little differences in between that in my opinion, but overall for $225 it is a steep price compared to the V2s in my opinion, when they're going for like $160. So it is very hard to justify it. But if you want really solid traction, really effortless cushioning, premium materials, lockdown, and the best support that you can get, I would recommend this any day of the week, especially for $225 in my opinion. And it isn't even close. I really liked how I played in this shoe. The moment I put them on, it was phenomenal to play in, and I really loved the overall package that you get from the bottom with the traction all the way to the top with the materials, cushioning, everything about it I absolutely loved. Thank you guys for watching this video. This has been my performance review on the Way of Wade 11s. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and comment down below on what you think of the Way of Wade 11s. Are you lucky enough to get yourself a pair of Way of Wade 11s? I'd like to know your thoughts on these, as well as if they are better than the Way of Wade 10s or the 808 3 Ultra V2s, which are a close second in my opinion compared to the Way of Wade 11s. So feel free to comment down below along with any other questions that you might have. And if you'd like to stay up to date with future videos that I'll be posting, hit the subscribe button down below, and it will greatly support the channel as well. If you are interested to see my review on the Way of Wade 10s as well as the 808 3 Ultra V2s, I will leave it on both sides of the screen right here if you guys are interested. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, all of that information will be in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. I hope this was beneficial to you guys. And until next time, keep shooting.